First of all, we would like to extend our heartiest thanks to the state government for inviting us and giving us this opportunity to speak on the constitutional rights and the safeguards for the interest of for the whole tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. This is really a very, very good opportunity. So I take, on behalf of our community, special thanks to the state government for giving this opportunity. Secondly, I also go by and endorsed whatever the AITF, we have Chin Hill Acts of 1896, though we have some other acts. But many speakers have already said, and I will also do endorse, that those acts are not going to safeguard our long-run interests in case of Arunachal Pradesh. Hence, there is a lacuna, especially when state reorganization was done in case of Arunachal Pradesh. Those things which were supposed to be inserted, which could protect us from the various provisions at far with other tribes of the country, that has not been done. And to blame it or not, but we have to speak out the truth. The successive government, or for that matter, whoever were in the helm of the APR, maybe they didn't understood what was the provisions, various constitutional provisions, as many have already spoken out, until the various bodies, civil society, student organizations, and other stakeholders, till a consensus is arrived, such kind of, I would call it, or we would call it, a divisive in nature within the Arunachal Pradesh should be halted. We have submitted a memorandum on 7th of that, and today we are reiterating that until and unless a mechanism is drawn, where, again I would go by what the Galo Welfare Society has said. We also have mentioned in our last memorandum, and today also we are reiterating, that preferential treatment should not be given to the same tribe. To one tribe you are giving the special provision with all provisions, and now you are going to give it with another provisions. But to the other tribe, you are not taking care. So such preferential treatment given to any region or to any community, no doubt we do respect their constitutional right. We do respect that each community, each region should be developed. That is part of their, but preferential treatment or any kind of discrimination, any kind of marginalization should not be encouraged when we are talking about the pan-Arunachal identity, when we are talking about the Arunachal as a state with inclusive of all tribes. I believe that the preferential treatment should not be given. In that line, we had also mentioned recently in our memorandum, today also we are reiterating, if you are talking about the development issues, the cultural issues, today we are supposed to debate on the constitutional rights, as many have already mentioned. How many of us we are secure? What are the other important issues besides constitutional provisions? Whether the present state government or whoever is the help of APR, are they really doing it for the development of our rights and the responsibilities? That is more important, like the road project that most of us we are suffering. Many of friends from Tirap, Changang and others were also saying, same case here in our Tanw belt, most of the roads, which also pertains to the violation of our almost fundamental rights, that we deserve a good road. That kind of things I think our leaders who are in the help of APRs, they should think about it, because that is more important than any other things which we are discussing. We are talking about the future, but at present, when we have a government, we need a good governance, where people take the responsibility, whoever is in the help of APR, they do in that same line. Taking the advantage of this forum, as many have said, they talk about that Arunachal Pradesh under Article 371H, when statute was made, yes, a special provision, special power is given only to the governors regarding to the law and order situation. The affair is not denied to a particular community, that should be respected. Likewise, those who have been demanding for various things, those things can be debated, discussed as per the rule of the law. I would conclude with a few points. Many have, I would also go by that Galo Welfare Society's point that the recent environmental impact assessment, really it is a dilution of 2006 Forest Act, which talks about so many, unilateral declaration of so many issues, like in the name of development, 150,000 hectare land can be, without any verification, it can be declared into various things, which is very, very dangerous, which can be very, very dangerous for the state like, tribal state like Arunachal Pradesh, if the honorable all ministers could bring some changes, or maybe in the assembly, can ask for the government of India to extend such law which are detrimental to the interest of Arunachal Pradesh, because many have already said that we do not own our land and forest. So if this law is also again implemented, and if Arunachal is not exempted, in future it is definitely, since Arunachal is said that we are a powerhouse of various towns and others, many things are likely to come, and it will definitely have a catastrophic effect. Coming to the demand of one autonomous council and Tatkal autonomous council, I have already said it needs very, very proper, thoroughly discussion, because if you go into detail of the autonomous council, if you go into detail of the 6th schedule, the constitutional provision, many have said only the good provisions. There are others which may not be suitable for the Arunachal Pradesh. Many of you do not know, those who are not acquainted to the 6th schedule itself and autonomous council. If you go into the details, read the books, read and talk to those where autonomous council are in existence right now. Corruption cases, many other local, say for example, Senior Advocate General was pointing out with some paras regarding the appointment of your chiefs, appointment of your traditional, head. Like Adis have the Kevan, the Apatanis have the Bulyan. If autonomous council comes, we inherit, in the appointment system, we have a different system. But if autonomous council comes, political appointment will be there. So that maybe when we are talking about tribal rights, customary rules and law, there is a possibility of contradiction. That is why, before we go for the complete, autonomous council movement, anything, it should be halted for time being. It should be properly discussed. It should be properly debated. Whatever good provision is here under 6th schedule, it should be brought to the, the amendment should be demanded to be brought in. Whatever is not good for the Arunachal Pradesh, we shouldn't go for, enter the 6th schedule in total. We should see to it, and I will go by what various speakers have said, that I would also like to request the state government to constitute a special committee, expert committee, who could study in details the provisions, which could also help the honorable ministers to understand better way out.